Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the Lexus IS 250. This one is a 2015 model. It has all-wheel drive and it also has a naturally aspirated V6 engine. And if you're looking for a luxury, sporty, compact car, this might be the car for you. I do want to say a quick disclaimer. I'm not a car expert and this video is simply for entertainment purposes. But I will say, if you want some more technical reviews and a bit more about the mechanical components of the vehicle and go more into detail of that, I recommend some other YouTube channels such as Engineering Explained, Savage Geese, or Scotty Kilmer. Who buys a Lexus? You know, Lexus in the United States has a very good track record when it comes to customer satisfaction. What you pretty much certainly get with the Lexus is, of course, it's a Toyota product, Toyota reliability. And once we take it out of the road, we'll see if this feels sporty or if it just looks sporty. So with that, let's start with the design. This car was completely redesigned in 2014. I do like the front. I do like it. A little bit edgy, and I think it's neat how they separated the headlights into two parts, and this is now becoming the Lexus kind of signature. We have LED lights, fog lights, and of course you have the new grille of Lexus, which is big, and you have like these sharp angles. Some people think it's too much. I personally think it makes it stand out a little bit. It gets a little bit extra as far as design. This is a compact sedan. It fits 4 people fairly comfortable. If you're looking at 5 people, it's really tight in the back seat. We'll look at it later. The proportions, I think, are very good. I like it's compact, it's very low to the ground, it sits kind of wide. I do think the overall proportion of this vehicle are very, very good. And from the back again, dual exhaust. Those are not fake. The exhaust goes through both the dual exhaust. This again, like I mentioned, has an all-wheel drive. You can open the trunk with either the key fob or you can open from inside. And the trunk is not huge, but it does have a fairly wide opening, and then it goes in fairly deep, and you can fold the rear seats down 60-40, trying to give you a little bit better angle from the trunk. As you can see, not the biggest trunk in the sedan class, of course, but again, this is a compact sedan, but you can certainly fit 1 or 2 suitcases, and as far as daily runs, it is plenty of space. And like I said, the opening is pretty wide, makes it easier to When it comes to the engine, this is a 2.5 liter V6 engine. It is a non-turbo, so it's a naturally aspirated engine. Toyota reliability, these engines get great reviews in terms of reliability. And for the gas mileage, it's about 20 in the city and then 27 on the highway. One thing that is better with some of the older engines, of course, this has no hybrid drivetrain, there's no electrification. There's less parts, less stuff to break. The bigger engine, the 3.5 liter, has 306 horsepower powers. This one has 204 horsepower powers. Some people online have said a little bit of lower end for the sporty version, or for a sporty car that you should get the 350. As far as a daily driver, 204 is of course plenty. It maxes out at 6,400 RPM. This is one of the cheapest Lexuses, I believe, that you can find in terms of like the Lexus lineup. But if you are a person who enjoy driving and you want to get something that's not brand new but that is it's reliable, plus you get the luxury if you enjoy a little bit of luxury in your life. Trying to give you an idea how the legroom is. This is where I would sit, and the seat can adjust pretty much any direction. If you go all the way back, I'm going to show you how it is in the back. So if you're a really tall person, you need to sit all the way back. So if the seat is all the way back and there's a person back here, it's going to be pretty tight. And of course, I'm not the tallest person, so if you have a tall person up front, a tall person in the back, is going to be tight. The headroom is not super tall because it has that slanted ceiling. So now the front seat is where I would keep it if I was driving. So with that, it's decent amount of leg room. The back seats are comfortable. Of course, you can see it's all leather. And if you have 5 people in the back, if you sit in the middle, there's not many places to put your feet. So for 5 people, it's not comfortable back here, but for 4, it is fine. And then it also has some vents back here for AC and heating, which is always nice. So we are inside the Lexus. The steering wheel is really nice to hold. It is leather, it feels solid, it feels sporty. You can change the temperature. These things are pretty smooth. You can just go up and down with those. You have the dual AC controller. You have heated seats, and you also have ventilated seats. It's of course automatic. Standard is the Eco. If you push it, it goes into normal, and then if you flip it to the right, it goes into sport. As far as the infotainment goes, you use this little button down here. It kind of acts like a little mouse. It didn't get great reviews online. I think it works okay. I think you get used to it. It does have integrated GPS, which of course is a little bit outdated now, but it has it there. And then you can just go through different things. You can control the climate with this one if you prefer that. I think it's much easier to use the buttons. It has the navigation system, the Lexus app suite. You can set up, you can connect your phone. It has the media, of course, and radio. So once you go to setup, let's see what it has. You have traffic, you can do the audio, the Bluetooth, you have general, so you can adjust the system to your liking, to your preference. As far as the greenhouse, it's pretty good. You can look out the back window with no major issues. This one also has a backup camera. You have the option. But when it comes to transmission, you can put it in drive, and you can go into manual. And when you go into manual, you can use the paddle shifters right here. You go up and you go down. Okay, so we're driving the Lexus. Right now I have it in manual mode. First impression is no surprises. If you're afraid that this is going to be too firm, it certainly is not too firm. I'll put it in sport now, and putting it in sport, I noticed that the gear shifts a little quicker than they do in Eco. So there's definitely a change once you put it in sport mode. And for those of you who like the sound of V6, you do hear the V6. It's not loud, but you hear that it is a V6. All right, so we're in sport mode at a stop sign on the seat. Not bad. Again, if you really care about the performance, I recommend the 350. We're about to take it on the highway and see how this baby runs. So having a all-wheel drive, it hugs nicely on the road. You can feel, yeah, it got decent grip. Certainly got decent grip. So it's not a supercar, but it is a very, very comfortable sports car. No music on. It's quiet. You don't really hear much wind noise. The last check on the performance here. So the nice thing about a naturally aspirated engine is, of course, you have that linear power, so which is a nice feel. I like it. Hopefully this was helpful and that you got some value out of it. I do want to say a big thank you to the owner of this car who wanted to remain anonymous. So I want to say a big thank you to him. And around that theme, I feel like the one that has been giving to in this situation. And I want to be able to give back to him because he let me do this. And I think there's something beautiful in giving, whatever it is, time, energy, money, help. When you're on the receiving end, you want to show gratitude in some shape, form, and fashion. So I want to show gratitude to him. So my way of showing gratitude to him for now is just to letting everybody know that I'm grateful for him for doing this. And hopefully someday in the future, I can do something for him that he appreciates. And if we all do that, it is this beautiful, I heard something called to maybe the dance of grace. With that, that's a life nugget. Give and be grateful. Keep giving, and hopefully we can all try to do that in our daily lives and make this world just a little bit better every single day. On that philosophical thought, I want to say thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time.